What I tried to achieve with this is to get my Thors before Mutas and do a 14-minute 2-2 factory push with Banshees, Thors, and Hellbats. That seems really good. I really like that you have a game plan, a clear game plan. That's one of the most important things at lower levels of play, say like low masters and below, is just to have a very clear game plan of how you want to win the game. Good looking opening so far. It can be risky to start walling off your natural this early, and this bunker is probably in the second best location it could be. My favorite location would be right here, all the way like back. But that's probably second best. And I'm sure there are some good reasons to put it here instead of back here. Okay, I'll just put your vision on. So, factory, double armory, starport.
Add-on complete.
So you're doing a 2-base, 2-2 timing push. Second starport. So you're going to be producing a lot of Banshees, and I think your Thor timing will be really important.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
Alright. Couple things to note. Your Hellions should be roaming the map. At the very least, they should take the watchtower. At the most, they should dart around, deny creep tumors, and scout the third base timing. But the only way that can backfire is if you get surrounded by Zerglings, and that really shouldn't happen very often. And that only happens if you allow it to happen. Okay. He scouted you out a little bit. So, these turrets are a little bit too early. If you move around the map with your Hellions and you scout, you can get some information so you can make better decisions about when to time your turrets and things like this. So, for example, if you scout no third, these turrets are perfectly reasonable, but it's very likely that Zerg has taken a third and is droning up with double evos and no intention on lair or on Mutalisks. And frankly, if he did go like 11 or 12 Mutalisks, these turrets wouldn't even help you that much because he can just sit on your armories or your factories.
Add-on complete.
Alright, so you do recognize that the Hellions should be on the map, but you don't have confidence in your control. You can kind of strike a middle ground where you go take over the watchtowers and then retreat. That would probably be a bare minimum. And that's something I'm sure you'd be comfortable doing. At least taking over the watchtowers. Zerg seems to be in a similar position as you. He hasn't taken over the watchtowers. They're actually kind of undervalued in lower league play. Alright, moving on. So you've
Upgrade complete.
got 1-1 finished. You're going to start 2-2 in a second. And you're building up Banshees, Thors,
Research
and Hellions.
complete.
which is a pretty good army.
Additional supply depots required.
I don't think Cloak is necessary with this
Additional
build.
supply depots
Like,
required.
it's actually, like, that 200-200 takes a toll when you're doing a build like this that takes a lot of gas. So I would only research the Cloak if you're going to use it for harassment.
Research complete.
I like this third CC a lot. Couple medevacs. Okay, they can heal the Battle Hellions.
Additional supply depots.
These Marines are going to be a difference maker with this push. Definitely bring these Marines along, because 8 or 10 Mutalisks will overpower 2 Thors. And I would also like you to bring, like, 8 to 10 SCVs for repair purposes. Alright, well this timing is actually pretty spot on. Your 2-2 is finishing as you're pushing out, as was your plan. That's good.
Upgrade complete.
And he just has too much, I think. Yes. Yes, it is. Alright. So, the problem with this type of strategy is it's too obvious. It's a little bit like... It's just a little bit too one-dimensional to just build an army and go attack. You had a nice upgrade timing, but Zerg also had upgrades. And without at least some harassment, you don't deserve to win the game just off of an attack, just off of a good upgrade timing. You need to have a little more to it. And it's important that you give yourself like resources to outplay your opponent and to gain an advantage before an attack timing hits. A good example is like a 1-1-1 against Protoss. You open up Cloak Banshee or Hellion Drop or something to do some harassment, and you, while the harassment is going on, that's when you take the time to build up your army for a follow-up push. Alright, so let's just continue through this game. So the push got denied. You're very far behind in this game.
Mineral field depleted. Research complete.
So you've got siege mode, and you're going to try to secure a third base
Mineral field
and
depleted.
get the very important 5th and 6th gases.
Mineral field
This I
depleted.
like a lot. Moving out to do some harassment is really good. This type of thing
Mineral
is
field depleted.
is
Is under attack.
like works at all levels of the game.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Alright, so he's
Mineral
bashing
field
in your front
depleted.
door. You had a very well defended position.
Mineral field
Probably not a very wise attack from the Zerg. And your Banshees are doing work back at home. Back at his base.
Our SCVs are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Base is under attack.
Okay, you've actually gotten 3-3.
Base Base
Now,
is under attack.
the problem here is kind of mathematics. He is mining about 4 times as much as you are. So, assuming he can hit his injects and knows how to build units, you can't really win this game.
Base is under attack.
These Banshees have been doing awesome for you, though. So here you really need to float that CC and start mining from this base.
Mineral field depleted.
I know it's really like, it's kind of scary and uncomfortable to take an expansion while you're being attacked, but you have to look a couple steps ahead and tell yourself, if I can't defend this attack, I've lost the game. If I can defend this attack, I can just defend this base, and I can take the expansion. So you can attack, you can expand in the face of danger. It's kind of like sending out a couple dropships when there's an army at your front door. It's pretty uncomfortable sometimes, but you have to have some confidence. Alright, this is awesome. This harassment is what you should have been doing all game. This is really, really good. It's a great way to come back in the game when you're behind, like you are right now. And it's also just as good before you get behind. But that's really good stuff. You've killed a ton of his drones. You've killed, I think, 27 of his workers. Yeah, those are his. You're going to want to grab these gases and transfer your SCVs. So your unit control relative to your skill level is actually really good. Your Hellion micro and your Banshee micro. You just have to decide that you want to do that. You have to force yourself to get those units on the map. Alright, so the game is definitely getting crazy. Wow.
Base is under attack.
This is kind of silly. You've got 9 Banshees on the field. What does it take to build Vipers? Is that a Spire thing? I imagine it's a Spire thing. It is a flying unit. Okay, there's some absurdity happening here. You're up 50 supply, and I don't know how. Well, I guess it's the Banshees. You've been killing him with Banshees.
Our SCVs are under attack.
So, in summary, he has outmined you by a huge amount, but you're building air-to-ground units, and he's building ground-to-ground units. So he is being very, very cost inefficient.
Base is under attack.
And he's dead, by the looks of his supply. Well, this was a really exciting game. I can't believe you won, actually. That is pretty awesome. Okay, so pretty unique push. I haven't seen anything like that before. 2-base 2-2 with a lot of Banshees, Battle Hellions, and Medivacs. That's a very, very nice type of push. I like using a scatter of different units so you can be okay against any Zerg unit composition. And I like that it's kind of experimental. I've never used Medivacs and Battle Hellions, and it's good to try stuff out like that. It seems like that particular push didn't have the actual oomph it needed to break through a Zerg who just did normal stuff like droning up on 3 bases, getting evos, and building some units. But it was a pretty cool push nonetheless. Yeah, Mannermeal, I'll review one of your replays. Yeah, I would say like the best moment of that game, as far as the opening goes, was how your 2-2 finished right when your attack was like rolling onto his creep. Like that was really, really cool. That's something you can feel good about from that game, aside from winning it.